Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's DLloyd. So today we need to talk about Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat and really his battle that he has going on with Pat Riley, because this situation kind of crazy. And I think now we're at a point where Jimmy Butler is going to attempt to actually force his way out of Miami. And honestly, I was wrong, because I said I did not think Jimmy Butler would get to the point where he would have to force his way out like he did in Minnesota. But here we are again, where he is going to try to force his way out. Now, if you did not see the game yesterday, Jimmy Butler only took 6 shots, had 9 points, and pretty much sat in the corner the entire game. Now, sitting in the corner, not fully him deciding not to play, is also because the Miami Heat have just decided this season they're not going to use Jimmy Butler very much. His usage is down, and he's seemingly unhappy. And not even seemingly, he has acknowledged that he is unhappy. That was the main point of his rant last night. At least I'm going to call it a rant. That's what I feel like that was in the press conference. But the situation with Jimmy Butler is interesting, right? Because he was eligible for a contract extension. Pat Riley and the Miami Heat decided not to give Jimmy Butler that extension. Jimmy Butler is getting paid around $48 million this season. He has a player option, I believe $52 million next season. But they said, hey, those 2 years, and that's pretty much it. We're not going to be paying you long term, and maybe we don't see you as the long-term play. Now, Jimmy Butler, of course, getting older. Now, remember, this is still Pat Riley and the Miami Heat as well. The same team that allowed Dwayne Wade to leave because they did not want to pay him. And you think now they're going to want to pay a aging Jimmy Butler? Also, remember, he allowed LeBron James to leave as well. So a team that's still a great organization, has one of the best cultures, but a team that is going to make players work, right? They're very rigid in the regime and how they make players work. And this situation here, very interesting, because it's seemingly Jimmy Butler versus Pat Riley. Who is going to budge first? Because we're getting closer to the trade deadline, about a month away, right? Jimmy Butler wants out. He wants to go to a team, but we're hearing from Shams that is a contending team. But they also said that he feels that he could turn almost any team into a contending team. Pat Riley said we are not going to trade Jimmy Butler. So who is going to budge first? I think Jimmy Butler is going to try to force the hand of Pat Riley. He's going to become very disruptive, a distraction. And at this point, I think he's going to be somewhat of a cancer to the team as he purposely tries to just be as bad of a person as possible to get out, right? Sometimes you got to make waves to make a statement, to get your point across, or to get what you want. This is one of those situations, because Pat Riley, also very stern, very person that stays with how they feel, right? They're going to say, I don't want to trade you. And they're going to hold true to that for the most part. So 2 alpha personalities who was going to get their way. And this is why this is going to become extremely interesting. Now, we talked about it before, especially on my NBA channel. Talked about it before. I may post this video on both channels, by the way, as well. We talked about the situation where, Pat Riley doesn't want to move him, but Jimmy Butler listed his teams that he could be interested in, or his agent kind of talked about teams he could be interested in. And those teams were the Phoenix Suns, the Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors, I believe was a team. And there could have been another team, but I can't think about it right now. But I know those were kind of the main teams, right, that we were talking about and that he's talking about being interested in. Phoenix Suns, I think, could make sense, but what do you have to give up to get a Jimmy Butler besides Bradley Beal? I'm not sure if you can land that trade. The Golden State Warriors, can you trade a Wiggins, a Kuminga? Like, what do you give up to go get Jimmy Butler? I would not mind that, but how good of a fit is that as well? I'm not quite sure with the Golden State Warriors. I would like to see him with the Houston Rockets. I think him with Van Vliet will be good. Just bringing that veteran presence, not bad at all. Dylan Brooks, he's a dog, especially on the defensive end of things, right? With Jimmy Butler and his tenacity, I think that could be a good mix. They have a young core that's already there. I think that could be very, very interesting, and I will actually like that if it was to happen. But outside of that, how many teams are going to be interested in Jimmy Butler right now? There's going to be teams that wants to win, right? Because Jimmy Butler under contract this year, a player option next year. It seems like he wants to get paid. So it seems like he will go to a team, opt out, then sign a long-term deal. But there's always that risk, right, that you trade for Jimmy Butler and he does not sign with you at the end of the season. And this is a situation where really both parties are kind of right? I understand Pat Riley. Why would we extend you long term and get into one of those deals that everybody hates where the aging superstar is getting paid top dollar, but he is no longer providing top dollar value? Why would we do that? But for Jimmy Butler, he says, look, I took y'all to the finals, right? We made a crazy run. We have done crazy good things here in Miami. I feel like I should be rightfully compensated. But then you look at this season. It seems like Miami has kind of decided, let's see if we can phase out Jimmy Butler. And that's where kind of the politics of things, right? The behind the scenes look. Because when you look at him, he has the lowest usage rate that he's had in over a decade. They're just not giving him the ball to allow him to do things. They're kind of just sit in this corner here. We'll run this design play for you here, but we're not utilizing you to your full potential, right? We kind of just minimizing your impact. And I think that's also done on purpose, right? Because if you're not going to extend him long term, let's see what we have while we still also have Jimmy Butler just in case we need him. Let's see what we have around him outside of that. So this is a very interesting conversation, very interesting tale. I don't know how this is going to pan itself out, right? Obviously, we heard about Miami Heat having interest in De'Aaron Fox. Is this a segue to kind of get there as well? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just watching this as you guys are watching this, and I'm very interested in seeing where this will go. This is going to be obviously probably the main headline going to the trade deadline, right? Because does he stay after that trade deadline? Is he a member of the Miami Heat? I'm going to say no. I think Jimmy Butler is going to be so much of a distraction that there's no way that you could keep him around. But Pat Riley, stubborn individual, we'll see. Not in a bad way necessarily, but stubborn individual, both of them. We'll see what happens, man. Somebody's gonna have to budge at some point. But you guys let me know. What do you guys think about all this in the comment section below? Do you think Jimmy Butler will get traded? Do you think he will stay with the Miami Heat? What do you guys think about it? Are they both right? I think they're both right. They both have valid reasons for their stance at this moment. So we'll see how this pans out. But as usual, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm sure next time. Peace.